Let that one sink in for a second. Most people don't lead their life, they accept their life. It's a powerful thought, isn't it? So many of us are just going with the flow, living the life we think we're supposed to live instead of the one we actually want. But what if you could change that? What if today was the day you stopped accepting and started leading?
So, how do we even begin to make that shift? How do you go from feeling like a prisoner of your own circumstances to becoming the architect of your future? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down. This is all about taking back the blueprints and building a life you're genuinely, truly proud of.
All right, here's our game plan. First, we're going to expose the invisible prison of our own habits. Then, we'll talk about the real price of making progress. After that, we'll dive into what a winner's mindset actually looks like, harness the incredible power of just starting, and finally, learn how to become the author of your own story. Let's do this.
So let's kick things off with our first big idea, understanding the invisible walls that are holding so many of us back. And spoiler alert, it's not a prison made of steel bars and concrete. It's one we build ourselves.
You know, you think about a place like Alcatraz, literally designed to be the most inescapable fortress on the planet. But there is a prison that's way more common and, honestly, way more confining that millions of people live in every single day. And the craziest part? The doors are wide open.
In that prison, it's our own habits. It's the daily grind, the monotony, the fear of trying something new. It's that feeling of being stuck in what I call familiar discomfort. It's not great, but hey, at least we know what to expect, right? The doors are unlocked, but we've convinced ourselves we're trapped. The real challenge is finding the courage to just walk out.
Now, walking out of that prison, well, it's not free. It comes with a price. But here's the secret nobody tells you. You're going to feel pain either way. Life guarantees it. The only thing you get to control is which kind of pain you choose. Think about it like this. You've got two kinds of pain on the table. First, there's the pain of discipline. You know, getting up early, putting in the work, pushing yourself when you'd rather not. It's tough for sure, but it's temporary. It weighs ounces. But then, there's the pain of regret. The what-ifs, the I should-haves. That pain is permanent. And trust me, it weighs tons. You just have to pick the lighter load.
And we have to completely reframe what suffering even means. It's not some random punishment, it's a tool. It's the friction you need to get stronger, like resistance in the gym. It's not the end of your story, it's the training montage that gets you ready to be the hero. Just think about it. Every challenge you face is a test of your will. It teaches you things you could never learn from a book. That discomfort, that chaos, that's not a sign that you're failing. It's actually proof that you're growing. It means you're shedding your old skin and becoming something stronger, something new.
So learning to embrace that good kind of pain is step one. But what's going on in your head while you're in the thick of it? That's just as critical. This is where we need to build our inner blueprint for success, the winner's mindset. You know, there's a really clear line between these two ways of thinking. Before a big moment, one mind is just stuck in a replay loop of every past failure, every embarrassing moment. The other mind, it's playing its greatest hits on repeat. It's reliving every win, every peak performance. The real battle is won or lost in your own head, way before the main event even starts.
So let me ask you this, and be honest. Right now, what's getting more of your attention? What you want to happen, or what you're scared might happen? Our brains are wired to focus on threats. A winner makes a conscious choice to starve the fear and feed the vision of success.
Okay, so we've broken out of the prison of habits, and we're building the right mindset. Now for the part that actually matters, taking action. And it all boils down to the simple, incredible power of day one.
This quote right here is everything. So many of us wait to feel confident or brave or motivated before we start. We're waiting for the doubt to go away. But that's completely backwards. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's acting anyway. The power doesn't come before you act. The power is what you get from acting.
Look, real change isn't about one giant heroic leap. It's about the quiet, relentless power of showing up. You just have to start with day one. But the real magic, that happens when you have the grit to turn it into day two, and then a whole week. That chain of small, consistent days is what forges a habit and eventually a whole new life.
And that means we have to totally redefine what success looks like. It's not about being perfect. It's not about never failing. True success is your comeback game. It's about moving from one failure to the next without losing your fire. It's having the guts to get back up after you've been knocked down. That is winning.
And this brings us to the final, and I mean the absolute most powerful idea we're going to talk about. You don't have to live out the story you've been handed. You get to be the author. You get to write the ending.
Your life is a book, and there are so many blank pages waiting for you. It's time to stop rereading the old, worn-out chapters. Stop letting other people's doubts write your narrative for you. Stop being a spectator, watching other people achieve greatness, and start producing your own. It's time to grab the pen and decide right now to become the hero of your own movie.
Because that's what it all comes down to, right? At the end of the day, when you're exhausted, when you feel like you've got nothing left, you can almost always take just one more step. Real failure isn't being unable to take that step, it's choosing not to. So, the only question that matters is, what will you choose?